Learn English with English Thing Lab.
Hi everyone, I'm Jack.
And I'm Bella.
Welcome back to English Think Lab.
In today's episode, we're going to learn English in a fun way.
Yes, this time we're using the TV show Friends.
We won't just talk about the story.
We'll explore the characters,
We'll look at their personalities
their strengths and weaknesses,
and some of their funniest moments.
because every character speaks differently.
And that's perfect for learning real English.
You'll see how personality changes language,
How confident people speak.
how nervous people speak,
How funny people use humor in conversation.
and how emotions change tone and vocabulary.
By the end of this episode, you'll understand how to use Friends to improve your speaking
So let's start with the characters.
and see what we can learn from them.
Let's start with Rachel Green. Rachel is one of the most popular characters in Friends. At the beginning of the show, she is young, spoiled, and little lost. She doesn't know how to live alone. She doesn't know how to work seriously, and she depends on other people. But this is what makes her interesting, because during this series, she changes a lot. She grows. She becomes independent. She builds a career, and she becomes more confident. Now let's talk about her personality. Rachel is emotional. She talks a lot about feelings. She talks about love, jealousy, insecurity, and dreams. So if you want to learn English for relationships and daily life, Rachel is perfect. She often uses expressive language, and for example, she says things like, "I can't believe this. This is so unfair. Oh my God." These short emotional expressions are very common in real English. Rachel's strength is her growth. She learns from her mistakes. She doesn't stay the same person, but her weakness is insecurity. She often doubts herself, especially in romantic situations. One of the funniest parts about Rachel is when she tries to cook. She once makes a dessert and accidentally mixes two different recipes. It becomes a disaster, but she still tries to stay confident. These scenes are great for learning everyday vocabulary, food words, kitchen verbs, describing problems, and reacting to mistakes. From Rachel, you can learn how to express emotions clearly, how to talk about relationships, how to describe problems, how to react naturally in stressful situations. Also, pay attention to her tone. When she is angry, her voice becomes stronger. When she is sad, her voice becomes softer. This helps you understand how emotion changes pronunciation. So, if you want to practice with Rachel, choose a short scene. Listen carefully. Pause. Repeat her sentences with the same emotion, not just the words, but the feeling. Because real English is not only vocabulary, it's emotion too. Now let's talk about Monica Geller. Monica is strong, organized, and very competitive. She likes control, she likes order, and she likes everything to be perfect. If something is messy, she feels uncomfortable, and if something is wrong, she wants to fix it immediately. Her personality is very clear. She speaks directly, she gives instructions, she corrects people, and she often takes responsibility for the group. Monica's strength is discipline. She works hard. She is serious about her job as a chef. She cares about her friends. She plans events. She cooks for everyone. She organizes holidays and dinners. But her weakness is perfectionism. She worries too much. She wants everything to be exactly right. Sometimes she becomes too intense. And that creates funny situations. And for example, when the group plays games, Monica becomes extremely competitive. She cannot relax. She must win. She even shouts during simple games. This is funny, but it also shows how stress changes language. When Monica is stressed, she speaks faster. Her voice becomes louder. Her sentences become short and sharp. From Monica, you can learn how to give clear instructions, how to express strong opinions, how to show frustration, how to speak with confidence. Also, notice how she uses strong words like, "This is not acceptable. We need to fix this. I want it done now." These sentences are very useful in real life, at work, at home, in serious situations. If you want to practice with Monica, choose a scene where she is organizing something. Listen to how she gives directions. Pause and repeat her tone. Try to sound firm and confident. Because English is not only about words, it's about attitude. And Monica's attitude is very clear. Now let's talk about Phoebe Buffet. Phoebe is very different from the others. She is creative, she is strange, she is unpredictable, and sometimes she is completely unexpected. Phoebe does not think like other people. She says what she feels. She does not worry too much about what others think. That makes her very honest. Her strength is confidence in her uniqueness. She accepts who she is. She is not trying to impress anyone. But her weakness is sometimes being too direct. She can say things that surprise people. Sometimes she makes others uncomfortable without meaning to. Phoebe's language is interesting for learners. She uses simple words, but her ideas are unusual. She often speaks in a calm and relaxed tone. Then suddenly she says something funny or strange. For example, her famous song, Smelly Cat. The lyrics are simple, but the situation is funny and emotional. From Phoebe, you can learn how to speak naturally and freely, how to use humor in conversation, how to sound relaxed, how to be confident even with simple English. Phoebe also teaches something important. English does not have to be perfect to be interesting. You don't need complicated words to be funny. You don't need advanced grammar to be confident. Sometimes simple English with personality is enough. If you want to practice with Phoebe, choose a scene where she tells a story. Listen to her rhythm. Notice her pauses. Repeat her sentences slowly. Try to copy her relaxed tone. Because fluency is not only speed, it is comfort. And Phoebe speaks with comfort. So today we talked about Rachel, Monica, and Phoebe.
We explored their personalities,
We looked at their strengths and weaknesses.
and we saw how each one can help you improve your English.
But we are not finished yet.
In the next part, we'll talk about Joey, Ross, and Chandler.
Three very different personalities.
and three very different speaking styles.
If you want to understand how humor, explanation, and simplicity work in English,
Don't miss the next episode.
see you in part 2.
Keep practicing.